So what you saying about The Color Purple,
Color
bro?
Purple, it's what's so good to see black excellence in that form. Kind of dominant roles from females even back then. Not all dressed up and not all about the sex appeal. You know what I mean? Because us as people can be over sexualized.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And that wasn't, the movie really wasn't about that.
What about what?
You know what I mean? The over sexualization.
You don't think
Did you get much sex appeal out of the movie? Like, was you
No.
thinking about anyway?
It was the massage, old school version of it.
Yes. So I mean,
Yes.
it really shined the light on that and what that looks like day to day, not just
I was
like.
surprised they was able to even reboot that in today's time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can
they
put some
probably
good
remixed it.
put some good vocals behind anything. We can make it sweet.
And then speaking of Color
like,
Purple, go ahead.
but you were saying to me earlier, who wants to play that part of Mister? Like, well, I saw that movie and I couldn't wait to play that. Like, you know what I mean? That I saw, that's me. I can really deliver on that role, and that's just such a kind of vilified character to try to play into.
Speaking of vilified characters,
Trying to
rest in
play.
peace, Tina Turner.
Oh yeah.
Ike Turner. Man.
And that's a shame. Even in your death,
She was 84?
yeah.
Wow.
She lived a long, good life. So it's never too late to start again. She had a very prosperous life after that
Would you want to be
speedboat.
an entertainer at that age, though? In your 80s, still entertaining?
No, like you tell me all the time, retirement ain't to stop working. Like, she's doing what she loves. Like, I love singing.
No, I'm saying,
I
but as
love.
far as body-wise, we was talking about how your mind is sharp, but your body is like, man, I don't.
Well, you
her
can just
mind
sit
body, I
down.
don't feel like wearing these heels, man. But that's,
Well, you
that's
don't,
her
but
thing.
you don't, but like I say, you don't have to. Same thing. That's retirement.
What's that?
You don't working, but if you don't want to, you don't have to.
No,
You take the have to
she
out
have
of.
to. To get that tour money, you have to.
No,
Yes.
the position she was in later, she didn't have to.
You think so?
Yeah, I
Why
know.
was she still performing then?
Because it's not. They like to perform.
I
They're
think she have
singers. No, she.
I think she had to.
I think she got
The
married.
lifestyle she was living. I mean, think about for regular people.
I think she had a very, very wealthy husband. That
Think about for regular people, right? You think about the expenses of everyday living. Like kids don't understand. You're burned through $1,000. Now you're burned through $1,000 in a week, no problem.
Yeah.
Easy. You may have $200 left over, if that.
Yeah, I mean, if I let
Just
my,
on gas and food. You know what I'm saying?
if I let my son get what he want, like
Yes.
he spent $1,000 himself a month.
Boy.
But I think Tina Turner, her husband that she married, was very well off.
Okay.
I think like
I think
Eve
the
or something.
thing I would think about just even watching the movie, I know it was embellished or whatever. It wasn't all of it wasn't true. I think they kind of overhype a lot of some of that. But the first few times he did that, what made her stay with him?
I mean, you're like, see, and a lot of men do this. We're approaching this when abuse comes up. We're approaching it from a common sense perspective. You know what I mean? If fire's hot, you just take your hand out of it or you leave the situation. Right. But it's not like that. If you watch the movie, movies, or if you've seen it, it progresses, subtly. Maybe it's
no, when he first met her, he kind of...
Yeah, well, yeah. That was... I'm talking about traditional. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm talking about... Hey, man, this is... I mean,
so, do you think she stayed with him because of the money and the fame, the lifestyle? Or did you think she really loved him?
Well, I mean, I know she loved him now, love isn't right or wrong.
Because she made a song, What's Love Got to Do With It? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, at that point, but I think it was it's definitely a love was an ingredient.
You think so?
In that. And then, he had an ear for music. He's a manager and a talent. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy.
I can't justify.
I don't know, if everything he did was 100% true, but dudes that do that, right, and they try to act like they was never the villain, like they'll do it, but if it's put out in the open, now they feel bad, like why y'all doing me like that? You know what I'm saying? That's the part that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
They're more so triggered by your reaction to what they did.
Yeah.
They want to focus on your reaction.
It's like the line say, "Don't be mad at me because I'm hunting zebra." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a vicious predator.
So.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Rest in peace, Tina Turner, man.
Yeah, and then there's a thing. Sometimes your abuse can be the only thing people kind of think about. Like even your death, you know what I mean?
I mean, the movie almost made it like that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't talk about
and Lawrence Fishburne, man.
all your accomplishments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How good you made people feel. They want to talk about. They bringing Ike into this. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Watch who you bond with. Watch who you have kids with.
Oh man.
Because they can be linked to you after your divorce, after your death, even.
And they say you shouldn't stereotype, but I think when you become an adult, you should definitely like have an idea of who you talking to, a stereotype, like get a feel for what you.
Use your best judgment.
Yes.
They say don't judge. Use your best judgment.
Kind of like the NFL draft. You better get all the game film, all the attributes to see if this person's gonna be a great franchise player or this person's gonna be a draft bust. So, something to think about. But yeah, man, and I think White Men Can't Jump. I think that's the last one coming out with. The last reboot. I think it may be coming out this week or this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's all out already on Hulu.
Okay. Paul Mooney said they don't have to jump. They own all the teams.
That dude is crazy.
Did you like the first White Man Can't Jump? Did you like that?
I loved it. I mean, I think
did,
it's a classic. I mean,
it was Snipes, man. That's when he was like doing. He couldn't fail.
Yeah,
he could do anything.
He just got so many.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Demolition Man.
Oh man,
his character in that.
You cold. I mean, if you had to be, do you want to be the good guy or the bad guy? Like the bad guy.
I mean, he made. Oh God.
Stuff. Unless you were Rambo or something.
Like the
lines.
I
think Rambo could have been considered good and bad. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, with a body count that high,
man.
How can you be good? Where? You know.
But yeah, man. It's nice. I mean, then he had all the martial art movies.
All the martial arts movies. Simon Phoenix in Demolition Man. Nino Brown. Those characters.
Kung Fu.
I mean that too. I mean that's just really good acting. I mean,
you think so?
I mean, yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Back then, them dudes were so big, like Patrick Swayze. Who's gonna tell Patrick Swayze he wrong? And Patrick Swayze beat the brakes out doing Roadhouse. I mean, they beat the brakes out for you.
They just I just get the toughest dudes and the funniest dudes.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And Wesley Snipes kind of he resurrected the whole hero franchise. Like that's that first Marvel movie that really made like money like that. Sure. So
that's probably why they're struggling to release the new one, because they know they probably gonna be hard to top. Even though people really weren't into Marvel like that back then, they was just starting.
And it was it's kind of like not a hero movie, like a somewhat of a horror movie. But he really jump-started the franchise. Though, and then it's like, well, that movie get bad ratings and bad reviews, but I think numbers don't lie.
I think people didn't like Sony though. I think it was more of that than it was actual Marvel. Cause like I don't know why did they get bad reviews, but when Disney get Marvel, all they movies smash hits, man.
Yeah,
unreal, man.
You know, exactly.
I mean, Eternals. Did you like Eternals? I didn't like it.
I think it had to be made.
Yeah, for story purposes.
Yeah, exactly, to keep. But you don't spend millions of dollars for a filler movie.
I think because they had the people in like what was her name?
Selma Hayek.
Yeah, Selma Hayek, and then Angelina Jolie and stuff.
You know,
they're not gonna get in small budget movies. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like they had their roles were support roles. I mean, they did a wonderful job. It was good to see them, on camera. Every line they said is perfectly timed, but you know what I mean. It's just like it felt kind of forced in there.
Yeah.
I understood the movie. It's kind of like make me care about it. You know what I mean? Make me care about the characters. You know what I mean? And even to appeal to the kids, who at least make it fun for the kids. And I think
they made it fun for a group of kids, but you know what I'm saying, I guess if you think about that, but
yeah. And I was just like, man,
leave it at that, but
give them something. Yeah, that's just one thing I kind of felt about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You really kind of need to know who the Celestials are and things like that, and how big they are,
Yeah.
and things like that. You know what I mean? To know Galactus and all those, introduce
I wonder how
them.
they gonna make Galactus. I mean, the comic book dude. I mean, they really couldn't kill him though, could they? In the comic book, I mean,
But yeah, I mean, in the comics, he's like,
like
up to date. You know, he's died a
that
couple
thing-
times.
Like
And
messed
what
up
ifs.
Apocalypse, man. I mean,
Yeah,
they made him like a after school project, man.
yeah, and the
And they
thing,
couldn't never kill dude in the comic books. He's
nah,
too elusive, man.
yeah, it's. He was a strong mutant, and then the Celestials made his armor. Like his own armor is
If
made
you had
out of.
superpower, man, who superpower would you have? Or like this kind of power, like
Man.
from the Marvel movies, not from the comic book, but the movies. Because some people don't even understand most of the comic books, but the movies.
Man, probably Franklin Richards or something like that.
I know low key, man. The power that I thought about when I was watching was that Avengers where they was fighting him downtown. The dude could just do this and he could make stuff come up. He was on Thanos' team. I forgot his name.
Yeah. No, it was not Corvus.
Dude was talking and he did like this and
Yeah,
he threw-
telekinesis. Yeah,
telekinesis. He did that and threw the metal up. Boy, I was like, man, if you had that, man. Man.
What's his name?
So I got a bonus question for you. You was talking about like you can't make me want to like it. And, people said like they want us to have a class reunion.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, man? Like having a '01 reunion.
I just think it's a good thing, you know what I mean? Just to come back, for one night out, you know what I mean? Wear a t-shirt, taking pictures. It's nothing really that serious, you know what I mean? You don't have to rekindle romances, start up old friendships,
You think
or
it's not this serious, but who does the back end though? Like the hosting and the
yeah,
coordinating.
okay.
That's the part when it gets serious.
It don't have to be that big. Hey, '01, meet at Jerry's place, or meet at this restaurant or this thing. We're gonna meet. We're gonna be here. This and that.
Sound good.
Don't take all that. You know
Did
what I
they
mean?
do that at first? Or somebody like took
Of
the
course. I
money or
mean,
something?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So okay, that's the thing. Bring your own money. Bring your own family. Meet me. At this place. We're gonna be at main event. This day, and this day, and you come. If you come, you don't. Like, we don't need to get all this money and then have one person give everybody money and pay in advance. Well,
Some
yeah, I
places you
know.
gotta have like that.
Yeah, I know. Some places you can't show up 200 deep, but it's 200 people gonna do anything. No,
You never know.
you don't have the turnout like that. But I'm oversimplifying this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love my classes on one.
I always think about the back end, like who's gonna do the back end stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's always the back end, man, you know what I'm saying? It's always easy to talk about the front end, how you want things, but who's gonna do the back end, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Let's meet at MacArthur Park. Let's see everybody bring a 6-pack of a Coke or Bud Light or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like that.
Yeah.
People making stuff a lot harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
Well, they had T-shirts. I want T-shirts. Go buy your T-shirt. Walmart had McClellan T-shirts. Go buy one of those. You know what I mean? And if you saw McClellan T-shirt at Walmart and you didn't buy it, you know what I mean? That's on you. So, but I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Maybe I'm oversimplifying things. You know what I mean? Well, I don't like my school. I don't like my classmates. I mean, all right.
It ain't that. It's like, I guess sometimes too, man, some people like, that chapter was in your life was that chapter. I enjoyed the chapter. I did most of the things I wanted to do, man. And like I come back and see people, but it's not like, I don't know. It's just, I'm more thinking about the bag right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to.
Yeah. So it's one night one night.
Okay.
One night every 10 years.
Okay.
It's gonna stop you from getting the bag, and that's what
It could be. You never know.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
You want to be consistent, man.
Cookies could give you cancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas. But I'm just saying, if like it's one night, people overanalyze or I don't know. It's just like,
Everybody
well,
likes that.
I'm
Everybody
living my
has-
life and I can't waste 1 hour. You know what I mean? Of these people. Like,
1 hour,
okay.
man. Get out of here. It's gonna be more than 1 hour, bro.
You know what I mean? The time. Is, just kind of set aside one night. You're gonna do something. If you're gonna out to the park with your kids, the movies with your wife. You know what I mean? Bowling.
Totally different time investment, though.
No, exactly. So
Yeah.
we're going bowling, class 01 going bowling. That's my normal bowling night for my wife. Well, take your wife to the class 01 bowling. 2 birds in 1 stone.
Right.
But I can't.
So do you believe that there are
Be your
different
sister.
phases in your life, and once you get past that phase, it's just like it's on to the next phase?
Yeah. So I went to a family reunion. I'm over that phase, so I shouldn't go back and see my older family members because I moved on and I'm or visiting a family member's grave. They dead already. Why am I gonna put the flowers on their grave? That point ain't my.
You ever seen me visit my dad's grave? I
Yeah,
never
I
visit my dad's grave.
But you know what I mean. A lot of people do that. So
They do. That's what
you
I'm saying.
can go back
You know what I'm
and
saying?
then.
I don't knock their perspective, but why knock another person's perspective?
I'm not knocking.
No,
Exactly. That's
all
what I'm saying. I'm not knocking anybody's.
Yeah.
If you have time and.
I
you
think
know.
people just gotta think like it's the front end and there's the back end. Some people can do the front end, some people gotta do the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bet you if they had somebody to do the back end and handle that, it'll probably happen though. Cause you have to plan it. You can't just willy nilly that kind of stuff, bro. It has to be some kind of planning to it.
Yeah. I mean.
That's just how it go, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like kids meeting at the playground. We talking about grown people and families and stuff involved. And then you just gonna say just meet up at the park. I mean, anything.
Ain't
can happen.
nobody gonna come though. Like you
That's
know what
what
I mean.
you saying until you come up here. It look like 300 people.
Success is something that you can't just accidentally have a success, right? So, if we put free food at MacArthur Park, I think 10 or 15 people might come.
Depending on when you do it. If you do it the day before, yes. Do it like over a month. Just
I can do it over a month, and I promise.
Man, would be
50
people lined up like commodity food line.
That's I think you too positive or negative
Okay.
or whatever.
However you want to say
I
it.
don't think people will show
It's
up.
called being realistic, man.
I'm being realistic. Nobody's gonna show up for free food at a park on a Saturday.
Okay. You'd be surprised, man. It's people hurting out here, bro. You put it out there for like a month and then come out and have free food. Man, you had this whole street lined up with people, man. You probably won't even have
I don't
enough
think
food.
so.
Okay. I don't know if you went around the church food pantry, bro, but I'm telling you,
No,
they packed.
but it's not everybody. We'll
Oh, no, it's not everybody.
No, I mean like okay.
Now you talking about both sides.
No, I'm not. We were talking about class reunions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was talking about it's free food for anybody who's in this class or anybody who went to this school.
Even with some family reunions, like some people don't come because you got to pay. Because they don't want to pay the $50 or whatever for the food.
That's why I said
But
food.
then have a free family reunion. You have cousins out the backwoods show up. Man, I'm your second cousin, man.
In case in point, we just did that.
It was free?
Everything for free. You know what I mean? But people got to drive, people got time, and they don't really want to spend that time.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think, man. Like, if you're not really, if you don't make that a habit, it's really hard to break your pattern.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Yeah. So that really, look, I love my Saturdays. You know that I have for myself, and I don't want to maybe go to a thing that could be a good time, but it could suck.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with what's guaranteed to be good for me.
Yeah.
You know. So, but a lot of people got drama and got beef.
Boy.
I ain't got none. Well, I got one beef, but you know what I mean? I'm going to let that be where it is.
That's another thing, too, like handling drama when you're young, man. Handling drama, man. You don't have to handle drama with violence and with a gun, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want to be in jail defending yourself.
Exactly. I miss those days when it was just could be simple. You can go out, duke it out, and then it would be over forever, you know what I mean? But now, like, oh, man, if I win, I'm pressing. If I win, it's good. If I lose, I'm pressing charges and shooting you. Yeah. But hey, I'm grown, so.
So, man, what you think? What's some of the stuff, man? What's been on your mind, bro?
I try to really have nothing on my mind. I don't want to go to sleep with this negativity or things like that. Really, just trying to build self-worth, skills, making a plan to be better myself. You know what I mean? Keep stress level down, trying to keep my health down, trying to build consistency on working out. You know what I mean? I'm tired of walking around here looking pregnant. So, that's something I can control.
Yeah.
And I think taking control of your life, maybe you can take control little by little. Like,
You can. It's just a sacrifice of it.
so,
Like, that's what I have to do. Yeah.
so it's a sacrifice both ways. Like, I can
Yeah.
sacrifice cash and eat what I want every day.
Right.
Or I can sacrifice my satisfaction and eat what I need to eat.
Right.
So I took control and discipline, like, well, counting calories, eating a more controlled diet and things like that.
Right.
Because maybe I can't be rich in 30 days or 6 months, but I can lose 10 pounds.
Yeah, let's just see people get caught.
I
up
can't
in it.
make myself beautiful, you know what I mean? But I can work out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Stay healthy. Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
exactly. So work on the things you can work on.
Yeah,
you know what I
people
mean?
just social media.
So
man.
you're gonna be fat and ugly? I don't want to be fat and ugly. I'm just gonna be ugly.
I think some people change the game, man. With social media, people think they can. Everybody don't inspire. Ain't gonna reach Diddy level, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
What's
just
that?
being realistic.
Everybody
With
what?
people that watch social media, they be thinking they want to reach Diddy level, like a 17-year-old. Like everybody not gonna reach that, bro. You don't even know what he had to do to get there. Like you
Yeah,
see all the good stuff. You don't see all the back end stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's the thing too. Like people always want to focus on the hard work, and it does take a lot of hard work, consistency, good habits, doing the good things when it don't pay off. But you
Yeah.
still gotta do them,
Right.
and you still like, well, this class didn't make me no money. You still gotta go.
Yeah.
I didn't get a
Exactly.
degree. This degree didn't pay off. You still gotta really go to school, be on
Boy.
time, and do those things.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard work aspect. You gotta have it,
Right.
but it's just not hard work. That man worked hard and got lucky. Like talking.
But he probably had to walk over some people too, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
so he had to.
it's
do
just
a-
life, man.
And
You know what I'm saying?
he had to do a lot of. Sometimes people have to do immoral things to get where they are.
Boy.
What's your limit? I'd do anything to get ahead. You know what I mean? And
When you think
with
about,
that
like,
doing,
getting sued and litigations and contracts. Like if you don't read the contract, everybody said I just wanted to get in the game, but I didn't know he's gonna screw me over on the contract. Dude, if you don't read it, man, have a lawyer to read it for you. Oh no, you don't got to get no lawyer, man. You don't trust me, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lawyer.
and getting your money off, people's backs, souls, dreams, stealing music, legally stealing. You know what I
And
mean?
then you gotta
We trapping
understand
in the
too.
contracts.
Sometimes to get in the game, you're gonna have to take a lick to get in the game, though. But you're gonna have to learn. When you take that lick, you have to learn from all that.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
So
Take that first lick on that first contract, unless he give you that lifetime. That first contract, a 20-year contract or something, it's just crazy. But
Yeah, I mean, you see, Prince had they tried to steal Prince's name. Like he went by the artist for
Yeah,
a
that's
little
true.
bit. Like he
Yeah.
didn't even own his name. So thinking you finna go in there and do this and that, you know what I mean?
they said he tried to go in a different direction. They said, well, you don't own this, we do. No problem. I'll be the artist for you. I'll just be a symbol.
Yeah,
Dude was just a symbol,
like
bro.
trademark that. Like
Yeah,
so
yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty smart. That's how you got to beat the game sometimes. Sometimes you got to be able to outthink. Why we call it the thinking game. You got to be able to outthink stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
and that's non-traditional. Like where everybody's dream is to sign with a big record label. You know what I mean? He was trying to get free of one.
What's a regular person is like the top? Like regular person is like get to the executive level in the corporate world,
Yeah.
something like that.
So,
If
but you
get
thinking
there, and
like,
everybody
well,
don't even get there. Like get to that 6-figure mark or something like that.
everybody thinks one thing is holding them back, right? Well, if I get my education, well, I got my master's, you got your PhD.
No, that's more
Now,
important than that.
like, exactly.
Even back then, I think it was. Just nobody was
See,
saying it.
and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Now, like, well, I got this, and you think somebody's gonna give you
No.
this
Yeah, exactly.
6-figure income, this CEO position. Well, I got my education. I've been in the field for 20 years. You gotta work, finesse, hustle, struggle, even with the qualifications.
Boy.
You know what I mean? So
Communication,
it
all that
doesn't
good
stop with the qualifications.
Aesthetics. People think
know what I mean?
aesthetics
Bro,
don't matter. You think, oh,
I
no,
know
discrimination.
a
Listen.
person with like a master's, still an entry level.
Boy.
I know a person with a PhD. You know what I mean? It's just like a low kind of level
Man.
supervisor. And a lot of people are like, well, if I had that education, I'll be this and that. It's more to it than that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then the hustlers. You know what I mean? They hustle their way up.
Yeah.
Well, I did all this. All I need is this. No, it's just really,
It's like some people, they got a PhD and a master's, but they can't interview, right?
yeah.
Or like aesthetically, like you just don't fit their aesthetic profile. People think that's not true. I'm telling you. Look at most executives, man, the people that be on, man. Most of them either they either they slim or they slimming down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they say, dress for the job you want and not the job you have. When they always laugh and giggle when they say that. You know what I mean? What's the dress code? Well, dress for the job you want. Like, bro, but you don't see. Six figures look a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless you get that favor on your side where you get in the system. I've seen that where some jobs the person been there for so long and they was in that system, I guess, the orange system, and they just moved up because they was a part of the system and they looked out for each other. But if you was out,
yeah, or
you're on your own, man. You gotta be orange, dog.
Or you can own, you know what I mean? And then and that ain't all that, you know.
Yeah, that back end. That's the thing about people don't talk about ownership. It's the back end, the operations, keeping up with your books and taxes. You know what I'm saying? Bro. That's regular people stuff. See, that's what I'm saying. We regular people. We not rich people. We regular people, man. Well, regular people want to be celebrities, but sometimes it seems like celebrities want to be regular people once they get the money.
Yeah. So you want both.
You want
of them,
obscurity.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want my privacy. But you wasn't saying
that.
You wasn't saying that with 10,000 people was yelling your name. You want to turn it off and on.
Yeah, like a light switch. Yeah.
Well, I want to be Kanye West today. Now I want to be Tyrone West.
Boy.
You know what I mean? And
like, what would you say to Kanye West if you was in this circle? If we were, like, would you tell him to chill out, man? What would you say to dude, man?
I don't think it's anything you like him, like somebody else. Yeah, like you know what I mean. If Jay-Z my friend, Diddy was my friend, they was
I used to do crazy stuff and always
like I can tell them like this is where I'm coming from, brother, you need to chill. Even John Morant, you know what I mean? I can talk to him if he was my friend, right? But Kanye West, man, he's smart. He know everything. He knows a lot, and he has his own opinion on stuff, right? And he thought out the things he's doing.
But see, here's
you can't, and then he got all the money. You can't really.
Yeah. The thing people don't realize, I just tell the young people, is that you can say whatever you want to say, but you got to take what comes with it. I mean, it's just the end of the story. He can say whatever you want to say, but realize if you're trying to make as much money as you can out here, and it's all about perception and optics, you say something crazy, you lose, $30 million, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, are you willing to lose $30 million? Because people say, I don't want to change, I'm going to keep it real. Well, keep it real, you losing $30 million. Is it worth it?
Okay, me, if I have $30 million, losing $30 million is everything. But we can take the numbers down, but I'm going to increase the numbers. I'm making $100 million a year.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care about $30 million. Take my little 30% right now. You don't care. You don't care, and then you get 5-10 years down the line. Yeah. Now you're not making $100 million a year.
No.
You're making 50 or making $30 million a year. And that's your salary. Now it's like, dang, I wasted a whole year of my current salary back then when I was making and I had this surplus.
And then future opportunities. You wasting because like I'm not for the fool with dude.
Well, I'm not. I don't do that no more.
Right.
But you
it's like with John Morant. Do you think he should change or do you think he should stay the same? What do you think? Because in the hood, they'll say, nah, man, you keeping it real, man. You good, man. You know what I'm saying? People gassing them up.
Matter of fact, I'm seeing the hood like, man, that's every hood person I know saying that's stupid. You know what I mean?
Some people saying, I don't know, some people saying that what he did, it wasn't illegal because he was flashing the gun, but they don't realize you in the NBA. It's not illegal, but it's against the optics of the NBA.
Yeah, it's code of conduct.
Yeah, man.
Moral, what's they got, a moral
You're making $200 million. You buy a gun range. I'll buy some acres and be on the gun range.
I have armed security with any gun I want.
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't make it look a certain way. You know what I mean? But, hey, this broke people talk. You know what I mean?
Right? Exactly. But I'm saying as far as in the hood, like, people saying you don't got to change, man. Just stay the same. But life is growth. You're going to grow. You can't stay the same. You know
like me, like I'm not balling by far, but if I'm in a restaurant and I get sloppy drunk, my phone work. I can just press a button and I can call an Uber.
Right.
And they can take me home.
Right.
For $40. Let alone so I don't have to kill myself.
Right.
Get a DWI. kill somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's options.
Right.
You have options. You can do all the silly stuff you want to do. You want to ride around with guns. You want to have people with guns around you. You can do that.
But sometimes people get themselves in a situation where they don't think it happens so fast. They're not thinking about the options no more. Like you can walk away, but somebody's like that ain't an option for me to walk away.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, in some social situations, it can be difficult to walk away. But
What I'm saying,
what I'm saying,
do you know that before you get into the situation though? That's the question.
so
Do you know it's difficult
being,
before you get into
bro,
it?
Being older, I had to stop going like legal places. You know what I mean? I had to stop going because I
Yeah.
can see the conflict
Yes.
that was there at the place.
Yeah.
Now, younger me saying go there.
Oh yeah, for real.
I want to smoke. If it happened, it happened.
Yeah.
But I'm like, sometimes if I go to that place that I would have to go to, it's a 30% chance.
Did you go to Right Avenue when we used to go there? I don't think you go over there.
Yeah, I don't really know.
But just going there, like like if you mess around and get caught up, man, you can mess around and get caught in crossfire, no problem. But for some reason you think, I'm not. If I park right here, I'm not down there in the main part. I should be good. Next thing you know, somebody gets shot over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And you do chances, right?
Exactly. And it still
I
can
had a
be snake eyes.
20% chance
Yeah.
that I'm going to see this particular person or this group of people.
Right.
I'm going to still go because that's where I go.
Yeah, exactly.
Young me would have been in there
But it's like
looking
rolling
for him, like, hey,
dice.
you know what I mean? And then, but it's a 40% the dude going to make me kill him.
Yeah.
Like,
And I can't walk away.
They're not going to stop.
Yeah. Exactly.
And if I do this normal fisticuff thing, that person ain't going to stop it to this level.
Right.
And I can do that, but like, why?
Exactly. Why go there?
Like, why? I can just avoid the whole thing, situation. Hey, man, we don't see you there. We don't see you there no more. What's going on?
Yeah, I like my freedom.
You know what I mean? People ask for peace, but they want their peace under certain conditions.
Yeah.
I'm on my peace, but I still want to say what I want to say to people, go where I want to go. Look, your peace ain't there. Your peace ain't there no more. You can't go.
Right.
Or you can, but you can. You know what I mean? So, just making better decisions as an older person.
For real. That's for real, man.
You got kids. You know what I mean? And I'm, like, bro, like when I was younger, hey, he got kids. Well, I can still beef with him. He made himself. He made his kids fatherless. That's his fault. But now, like, that's my fault. I did what I did or whatever. So you just gotta kind of watch your decision makings.
Yeah,
and there's
don't let
ways
people
around
influence
everything.
you, man. Be
There's
your own
ways
person.
around carrying guns. There's ways around driving drunk.
Yeah, I'm talking about like just making decisions. People let influence to make
He's
crazy
down.
decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you let them influence you into doing something crazy because you trying to stay validated, I guess. So you trying to stay relevant in the hood. Well, you make a certain money, man. Well, why? Because are you gonna go back to the hood? You know what I'm saying? When you're the richest person in the area, you probably don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you 200 mil. You don't need to be in the projects when you 200 milled up or whatever. That just ain't a good place to be, man.
And there's things that mean less when you get older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they don't got nothing to lose.
Being tough, being a bed fighter now. You should know you're gonna have a problem coming after my child, or you know what I mean, and things like that.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a problem anytime, anywhere. But
sure.
I don't really have to be tough anymore, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's hard to let go. So, but you don't.
So when you think about that, like, probably get ready to end this off. I think that's the thing. Like, even like say now when kids are graduating, right? Some kids don't go to school. That's gonna
Congratulations,
happen.
class
Those
of
top 20, top 30,
23.
maybe top 50 kids go to college. Yeah. But what about the 50 on down? The CD level students. I think I made a video about that. Like, what's you gonna do after graduation? You know what I'm saying? Because you think you're going to do something next year?
Yeah.
June go by. July go by.
That summer, and it's August, you know what I mean? And you go back to the same job or you get a new job.
Boy.
Hopefully it's a trade, but most of the time it's an entry-level position that you will be in a long time. So community college is an option. It's a reawakening. Right?
Dude, did they have Baptist college? They didn't even have that yet when we was in school yet, did they?
Yeah, no.
We go to school to be a scrub tech and all that? No. They didn't have that.
Well, I think it is. But
they just started.
I think it is. But the internet, It ain't what it is today.
It's nowhere near. Definitely not. Yeah.
Somebody gonna lose a toenail.
Yeah.
But the internet wasn't what it was, you know. But you know, community colleges was still there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, Pulaski Tech saved a lot of lives.
Saved my life.
A lot of careers. It just got your foot in the door. What college could be like, and it, as a C or D student, it's like, well, okay, I'm not as dumb as I thought, because you know, high school is a full-time job. Even if it's easy, to work is easy. But 8 hours, you gonna stay there from 7 to 3:15 or something like that. 45. That's a lot. You know what I mean? But you know, go to college, you got 4 classes, 90 minutes.
Then learning how to be an adult. Like when you get out of school, you don't have nobody doing nothing for you, filling out paperwork for you. You got to do that. You got to go fill out the application. You got to go talk to the advisor if you need help with that. You got to look up the degree and see what the major is and what classes you need to take. You can't just trust somebody to tell you how to do everything. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
So that's a part of college that people
maintaining a schedule.
Don't really look at that. That's your first taste of life, and that's not even a class.
Yeah.
You got to keep up those registration dates and the add drop date, refund date, and things like that. You got to keep up with that. You got to go talk to financial aid. You can't. You got to stand in that line to do things, and that's like a little mini world. That's a mini DMV, getting your parking sticker. Yes. That's a mini driver's license place, getting your school ID and stuff like that. And well, I didn't get my classes in on time. Well, now you don't got the professor that you wanted, you know what I mean? Maybe sometimes you got to wait and take alternate classes. And that's life, paying your bills, switching cable providers, switching your cell phone providers for the cheaper one.
For real.
For you.
Yeah. Insurance, and
it's like, you know, you got to shop around. I got homeowners insurance. Like, is that the best for me? I got to... They adjusting my escrow right now, so
it's like time to refinance. You gotta learn how to do that kind of stuff. You know
you know what I mean. So
crazy, man.
Paying.
Like, how you had to refinance? How long would it take to do that? To refinance? Do it take a little time? Almost like buying a house again.
Kinda, but hopefully, your credit is way better.
Yeah, than you first bought the house.
When you first bought the house, so they be looking at you. Oh yes. Hey, you know what? Refinance. Hey, you know your house has equity. We can write you a check for that. You know what I mean? Do you want to add that on? Like, we can give you that cash. Like,
I won't fall for that.
I'm gonna refinance. I'm gonna pay the same mortgage that I was paying.
Right.
Tell you to refinance and stuff like that. They want some money. Like,
but if you're a regular person, who got time to if you're a regular person? That's
no,
the thing that's crazy.
like, you know, I wanted to refinance it to a better mortgage company, you know, I mean, through other personal reasons, not just, you know, but they made it, you know, when your credit look whatever it looks like, you know what I mean, they're like, oh yeah, we do this, doing this, they trying to give you way more money than your house is worth, like, well, you can, you just take this, you know what I mean, and, you know, get your mortgage down, but you don't have to pay that price.
Right.
You know what I mean? You refinance, you can still pay the whole price. You got a $200,000 house, you pay it down to $100,000.
Yeah.
Refinance it at $100,000. You're, oh, damn, they're going to kill them kids. They refinance it down to $100,000. Yeah. You don't have to pay that minimum mortgage payment. You know, you can pay whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Pay that down. You can take the 30-year mortgage and pay the payments like it's 15. So it's a lot of options.
Yeah.
And it gives you more flexibility. But they can do it. You can come in, sign a couple of pieces of papers, start them in the working, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I think I met in person like twice, maybe once or twice.
So the thing what kids got to think about now, what do you think now is the target salary that a kid needs to think about as far as to live a regular life?
As an adult?
Yes,
or as a kid?
As an adult. As an adult. When you want to live independent of your parents, pay your own bills, have extra money to go on vacation, then have money to save. How much? What does that look like as far as salary wise?
You got to sacrifice something, but I think the average, they say the median is like 50,000.
But do you think that's enough?
Well, I mean, I think nothing is enough, but you're gonna have to, even with 50,000 as a child, still in college, you're gonna still have you're gonna still be missing something.
No, I'm saying so after taxes.
No,
What do you know?
I'm saying at $50,000, but you still got to be realistic. With no degree and no skills as a child, what kind of salary you gonna get?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If you can get like 50, you still gonna be things you can that you can't have.
Right,
You're gonna go to work every day,
'cause
and still not gonna be able to afford the car that you want.
yeah.
Live in the place that you want to live and eat the food that you want to eat.
So,
but you can build a budget where you can go on vacations and you can live a good life.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think you can do it on 25 or 30. But you know what I mean.
Do what?
I mean, you can live a happy
A
life.
ramen noodle life.
I'm not laughing at anybody's salary.
No, I've worked that salary before. That's what I'm saying.
But I think you can most definitely do it.
Bro, I was working at a job. I was working at this one job, bro. They paid me the wrong paycheck. They, after taxes, the check was like $3,000.
Yeah.
When I knew something was wrong. I like, nah, that. But then, of course, they got the money back. I had to give them that money back.
Nah,
but what I'm saying, when I seen it, though, I was like, dude, if I made that much after taxes, bro. I mean, dude.
That was somebody's payroll check. They're not an entrepreneur. They go to work.
They go to work every
9 to
day.
5.
Yeah. I mean, that probably was like a $70,000 salary or something like that. 75, 80, something like that. Salary. Yes. I'm telling you, it was. About 78, almost 80, bro. 3,000 after taxes?
That's too much for after taxes?
Yes.
No, that's more than that.
I'm telling you what it came out. When you look it up on Google, they say like 78, 81, somewhere in there.
But that's what they take it home, so their salary is bigger than that. So if you take home if you make $3,000 a month, I'm probably sure.
No, $3,000 every 2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
So that's 6,000.
If you make 6,000 a month, we can add it up. Yeah, it probably equal like 70-ish. But your salary gotta be way higher than that to bring that home.
That's true. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But I'm saying it's out there. I'm saying, but I was thinking like, dude, that kind of money, you can actually pay your bills and still have money left over. Then
living where you live now, like if
I don't want to move up,
but
exactly.
That's not the thing.
The discipline, yeah.
Every time, if you making $3,000 every 2 weeks after taxes, you going to move. I mean, the normal person is going to move. I'm not going to stay in this apartment. You know what I mean? I want this apartment. I want this condo. I want this house. I want this $400,000 house. I want this $500 because I make $6,000 cash.
And that's what we gotta teach our kids. Can you scale back? If you make that money, can you stay scaled back for a couple of years to save up and then move up after you have some stuff put up? You see what I'm saying? The discipline of that is kind of hard.
I'm making $6,000 a month. Why would I stay in a house when my mortgage is only $2,000 a month? Why would I stay there? Because it's big enough for you to stay there.
Yeah. Now you want to live in the heights now because
my car note is $500. I can afford $1,000 a month for a car note, and that's what you go get. And then people start eating up their own cushion.
They do, right?
You know what I mean? Well, you can stay in your,
and
your
that's something as a culture we got to change too.
Current 2,500 square foot house.
How many people you think like that?
Not enough.
I mean, I'm talking about they eat up their cushion. How many
everybody does. Everybody does.
It's like an 80%.
Yeah, 80% people gonna eat up their cushion.
Man, for real. I believe
you used to drive Maxima.
Now you want a BMW now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because
760.
you make $6,000 a month. You deserve.
Yeah.
You deserve a BMW. You know what I mean? You gotta show them people at work. You know what I mean? You gotta show them people at the family reunion. You make $6,000 a month. And that's what people do. They eat up like, well, I can't take no vacation. You got two cars. Your car note is $1,000 a month on each car.
Exactly. And looking at the reality of the situation
you know
that
what I
you
mean?
painted, the picture that you painted.
You moved out. You got a new mortgage. Your new mortgage is
double that.
$3,000 a month.
Man, that's crazy.
Or $4,000 a month.
Man.
Because you can afford it. Now, look, $4,000 a month mortgage, $2,000 a month on the car. We struggling again. We check the check again.
Boy.
That fast.
That fast, just like that. And you're making great money and you check to check.
So it's not the amount of money you make; it's the mindset you have.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you to, eat Roman noodles and you're making $6,000 a month. But who am I? I'm broke, so.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, say, if you got to the discipline as a culture, we talking about that 80%. How do you get out of that?
I know
80%?
people who are there, and I know people who are,
right.
making more than that.
I tell
like
myself
way more than that, and they
back?
living check to check.
Yeah, and it's like if you ask them how did you get there, they probably won't even admit it. They just say, "Man, I wanted this, I wanted that, I deserve this, I deserve that." And then you got making that kind of money, but you don't have the cushion. It's crazy. You know
how y'all get to go on vacation?
Yeah, exactly.
I just like
maybe I don't want $3,000 in car notes. You know what I'm saying?
But boy, I got it. Well, if you got it, stop complaining.
Boy, for real. Boy, and with that being said, guys, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. CTM TV, Corp Tech Media, Thinking Game Podcast, Sports Show. Working on that too. We still trying to work on the restaurant thing because people get kind of funny when you start bringing cameras in there and stuff. We got to work on that too, get permission and all that stuff. But if you live in the Little Rock area and you would like us to come do a review of your restaurant, let us know. We will come do a review of your restaurant. We can do a podcast in your restaurant. We can promote your restaurant. We want to promote Little Rock in a positive way. Anything you want to say, bro, before we get up out of here?
Nope. You covered it all.
So we finna sign out and get back to Daddy Daycare. Catch you later. Right?